Good morning, everyone. So welcome to our assembly. It's February the 5th, it's 2021. And today's assembly is more of a sombre look at someone who we lost this week and who has done a massive amount for this country at a time of real strife and real troubles. Now, obviously, this week we know the sad news that Sir Captain Tom Moore passed away. And we know from following the news and following his own story about how important Sir Captain Tom Moore and how much ambition and pride he showed in what he was trying to achieve over the last year to support not just the NHS, but the mood of the nation and further afield into the rest of the world. So Captain Tom Moore, he was a former British soldier, so he fought for our country already in World War II and had a really remarkable career throughout his army career as well, and that's really important to remember, that he'd already done his bit, that he'd already worked really hard for this country and done really well. But then, in the midst of lockdown, in the midst of this surreal situation, this great pause that we find ourselves in, he decided that he was going to really push himself at the age of 99 to continue this idea of 100 laps of his garden, to really push himself to his limit, take pride in what he was going to do, have the ambition to really drive hope and change for our country. So he set a target of £1,000 to raise by his 100th birthday. Now, if you know the story of Sir Captain Tom Moore, Captain Sir Tom Moore, I'm sure you do, but we know that, well, at the time of his passing, we were looking at almost £33 million. Now, that is unbelievable. To smash that target so quickly and to be taken into the hearts of the nation because of how much effort and the ambition and the pride that he was putting into something that was going to help everybody else at a real time of strife and a real surreal time for us all, is something that we can all be proud of. We can all be proud to know of Captain Sir Tom's story and be part of it in some way. So the lessons we can take from what is a very sad passing, but a very really important and beautiful story, is this idea of the power of ambition, of setting a daily goal and believing that you can achieve it, of having that integrity, about always being honest and kind for others. One thing that struck me about Captain Sir Tom Moore is that he was always really positive in how he spoke about other people, and it was always about other people and his descriptive elements of how he wanted to help and he wanted to support, and he saw the good in everybody. And this idea of etiquette and honesty, believing that tomorrow will be a good day and always talk positively of each other. And that idea of tomorrow being a good day. And it reminds me of the poem by Philip Larkin about what are days for? Days are where we live. They come. They wake us time and time over. They are to be happy in. Where can we live but days? And it's a beautiful sentiment because days are where we live, aren't they? This is where we are at the moment. And, we've just had a day at school and hopefully a day at home where you had a non-screen afternoon and more of a cathartic thrive session in Key Stage 3. And I know Key Stage 2 are about to encounter that next week as well. And what we did is we moved away. We stepped away from the screens. We stepped away from doing a normal, what would be considered a timetabled lesson, and we went for it. We went to different PE activities, some different science activities, some cooking, some DT, some creative, some board games, which was great. Some artwork, just some nice, cathartic, self-centered time that we can just be calm with each other. But days aren't just for this. Days are for us, and we need to make the most of our days. And if making the most of our days, this is my little nephew Joshua, means capturing that moment and treasuring it and using it to drive you on, that's really important, because these days at the moment externally are quite challenging. So we need to take hold of these real positives and use them to drive us on. We need to treasure past days, when past days might have given you something funny and something enjoyable, and know that that's going to come again. This is my friend Alex, who, despite his size, decided he could go down my friend's child's slide. I can't believe I ever captured that photo in motion. It's very funny. We use it a lot. We never thought that the days when we were trained to be teachers, that our days might be taken up wearing PPE and supporting pupils and staff and making sure they're safe at school. But these are the days that we live in. I never thought that losing my former cats of having other cats, but subsequently these two have now appeared and we now have these. And again, these are where we live. These are the days we live in, and we need to treasure them and use them and help us drive improvement and drive our positivity. Now, within your days, you have expectations on you for your remote learning, and we've been through these, and I'm not going to talk through them again because I think it's important. That last one is probably the most important. It's taking pride in yourself and your learning. You need to have a go. You need to challenge yourselves. You know, what we're creating are called desirable difficulties, things that you will want to do, that you will find hard and you will find challenging, but that's okay. And your teachers are always here, okay? Live in the lesson, you need them, they are always there, or in that day, they are there to help you out. It might not be immediate, but then it's never immediate in the classroom, really, is it? Because we give you that space, that think time for you to unpick a solution yourselves. Think about all those other lessons that you need to be attempting alongside your English and maths and science and humanities. All these other areas that you could have a go at, that you could be successful at, that could drive success in elsewhere. You know, success breeds success. We want to see what you're doing. My office needs beautifying. Let me see if I turn my camera on. What I've done is I've taken down my shelves. Okay, it's bare. This office needs beautifying. If you have work, you have beautiful stuff you want to share, it can go up in here. I'd love to. I'd take a copy of it and put it up. That'd be beautiful. But just sharing with us, we can get it in the newsletter and we can then celebrate your successes. Remember, check your Gmail regularly. Read the instructions. We're going to call something we front load our instructions. So all the key things are at the start, so you know. So you're not overloaded with too much. Look at all the different resources you're given. And really important here, that work's got to be turned in. If it's not turned in, we don't know you've done it. And that's vital to us. We want to celebrate with you and we want to give you that feedback, okay? As I said before, this is a great pause in how we deliver face-to-face learning. And everything we're doing at home and setting for you at home and developing with you at home is getting you ready for when you return to face-to-face learning so you can be a success here and at home. So remember, turn that work in. Really important. Act upon the feedback. Attend your Google Meet tutor times, your peers at tutor times, your enrichment times. If you're offered a chance to attend a lesson, Google Meet, to pop up and ask a question to your teacher or be part of a group discussion, take it. Why not? Take the plunge, take the effort. And remember, you're responsible for your ambition. Think about our core concepts. And I'll see you all really, really soon.